Hey there, guys. Welcome back. This is Factorio chasing the achievement fairy. So, last episode we were just waiting on the research for the satellite and to build the launch pad and wait for the rocket to build, etc., etc. Um, we have gotten to that point and we are ready to launch. And technically, once we do this, this is the quote unquote end of the game as it stands right now. But as we all know, that's not really the case. It is not the end of the game. Let's see, what do we got here? Medium worms, we killed 3. Spider spawners, spider spawners, small worms, trees. Well, we killed less than 1,000 trees. Wow. 43 hours. So there we go. But now we can just continue to play, and we will get our space science from that. We've got it all set up to head on up to our labs, and there we go. So at this point, now, like I say, we can start chasing our. Let me do something here real quick. Turn it down a little bit. Looks like it's a little loud. I moved my chair, so a little closer to the mic now. All right. Anyway, so we've got that going. In order to make this work, I went ahead and I tapped off of this iron rather than bringing some iron all the way over. The other thing we've done is, and we'll just take a look at the map, I added some extra smelting because we were getting really behind on our smelting. Like everything, you know, it's a balancing act between copper, iron, and steel. We were hurting on our copper and we weren't getting green circuits. So I upped that, and now we're hurting on our iron and our steel. So I upped them, and eventually we'll be hurting on our copper, and so on and so forth. But you know, that's just we'll keep juggling it. Anyway, so now the time has come to start progressing towards getting our actual goal, and our goal, if you guys will remember, is to get 4 out of these 5 achievements. We've got everything else with the exception of these 5 achievements. Now we missed There Is No Spoon by about 40 hours. I knew we weren't going to get it in this go round because we were concentrating on just getting there and getting the other ones. We've come pretty darn close in the past with reds, but we haven't made it. So we're going to have to up our production and just blast all 3 of them out. So in order to do that, we need to up our automation game and up our production game. So I'm headed up here to this corner, and we're going to start experimenting with railroad layouts. Now this is the layout that I use, that I've got in my blueprints, and I want to see kind of how well it works out. I'm a little bit loath to cover resource patches because we're going to need the resource patches. This is a pretty decent iron patch here, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to head up in this direction, and we're just going to pull out our schematics, or our schematics. There we go again. I keep calling them schematics just because that's what I'm used to from back in my days of my electronics work. Now that one looks like it requires a Yeah, we've got some though. Okay, I was just looking. That one needs a substation to use it. But we're going to use that one anyway. We're definitely going to need more lasers. But we're going to go up here. And the first thing we're going to do is clear a bunch of these trees. We don't want to be picking up trees anymore. We got more trees than we know what to do with. What I really should do, and have not done, is to make myself a flamethrower. Flamethrower is great. Because we just set it all on fire and then take care of whatever's left. Just walk away from it and let it self-clear. We're not going to get all of them. We're going to end up collecting up some of them just because I'm not going to be anal retentive about it with the grenades. You know, get as many of them as we can, but little bitty individual trees, I'm not going to lose sleep over. Alright. There we go, that'll get us started. Now let's go up and take care of these biters before we do anything else. Now that we've got bots, this is so much easier. We just got to find a good spot here that connects. Oops, you know what we forgot to bring with us? No, we did bring it. There we go. Oh, we got one still up there. Missed the nest. No, we didn't miss the nest. Look at that one, will you? Gosh, you really should put down the substation first. This is where I really kind of wish you could prioritize what they put down. I guess what I could do is have two blueprints. One that's just, well, heck, I could even just do it as a ghost and have it lay the substation and then put the lasers in around it, but Oops, let's not stand in this acid. We'll let you guys just pass on by. Alright, so I think that'll be enough to get us started and keep them out of our way. Because to start, I'm only going to set up one square of rails, and you'll see what I mean in a second when I say one square. So let's pull out, well, let's just open our rail book. Alright, so we're going to start out with this. These are going to anchor our corners. And again, like I say, we're not going to get all the trees. Let's put down a crate here so that we can put some stuff in it that we don't need right away for this build. Oh, we do need those. We definitely don't need those. That way we'll have enough room to put any trees they pick up. So we're going to try and avoid that iron patch. And I think this will do it right about here. That's the one we want next. No, it's not. You know what? Let's do that. Wait a minute, where did our... Oh, there it went. That's the one we want next. So this thing is pretty resource intensive. And as you can see, none of the signals are in any of it. because at the time I built these, I was still kind of on the learning curve with signals, so I'm going to have to go back through, and that's part of what we're going to work on with all of this. Alright, now that we've got enough of that in there, let us grab these and connect it. And then, well, we'll keep them in our hand. We're not going to use them, but we'll keep them in our hand. This whole thing is done with substations. There are no poles that I can remember in any of this. It's all done with substations. And truth be told, if we continue to build this out, eventually it will get to the size where all of the solar panels in it eventually overtake the nuke plant as far as power production goes. So it kind of remains to be seen. I haven't decided yet whether we're going to do that or whether we're going to build a big nuke plant here. I'd kind of like to make a really big nuke plant just for the fun of it. So we'll see. I haven't decided which one we're going to do yet. But you can see where this, I mean, just this one blueprint alone, where'd it go? You know, the numbers on just this one blueprint alone are, you know, almost 500 rails and almost 500 solar panels. So you can see where this thing gets big quick. Where'd my grenades go? I left my grenades in the chest. We gotta get through this forest. Grenades. Oh, we're gonna need more. That's okay. We're gonna need more of everything. We're gonna get this first, like I say, get this first square established. And then from there, we're gonna make a building train that will help us to have all the stuff we need on hand to build this. But before we do that, I just kind of want to. I haven't used these blueprints in some time, so I kind of want to tweak them. Just a bit and what have you. All right. So the next thing I always try to put after I put an intersection is a set of gates, because if you notice, I got walls all the way around this, so I want to be able to pass through these walls without tearing down walls and this and that and the other. So I've got this set up, and this is the only place on these blueprints that right now that you'll see signals. And the reason you'll see signals, and I don't have any gates with me, but these signals are hooked up to these gates. And what happens is when you open these gates, it turns these signals red and stops the train. That way, I don't get my butt run over as readily. I have still gotten my butt run over, but I don't get my butt run over quite so readily. Now there are gaps in through the joints between each of these as far as some of the walls don't line up, and some of the panels and stuff don't line up. The reason for that is back in the day when I made these blueprints, what I did is I built out a great big concrete work area, and I laid all of these out individually on that. Now, I originally got this idea from watching. I want to say it was from watching. Was it Zisteau who did a mitosis series, I think, where basically he built it out in cells. I think that's who it was. But anyway, I watched his video, I saw his rails, and I went, hey, those are really cool. I like that design. So I sat down and I laid my own out. And it's, you know, it's kind of close to his in a lot of ways. But there are a few differences simply because I laid it out all on my own, kind of figured out the spacing all on my own. Now, I will tell you, the accumulators and the solar panels are not balanced in any way, shape, or form. I just simply laid them out in a pattern that I thought looked nice. And that was my thinking on the whole thing. Come on, guys, get some more up, and then we're gonna go take this patch of biters out. Where is it? There it is. It's missing. There we go. So I did this set of blueprints probably 2 years ago now, at least 2 or 3 years ago, and I drag it out every once in a while for builds on my own, off-camera builds and stuff. But I wanted to drag it out and kind of play around with it and perfect it a little bit more. And as I said, there's two things we're doing with this series. One is we're trying to get all the achievements that we're missing. The other one is we want to experiment with things like circuits and what have you, and kind of get a little better handle on that. So now that we've got this going, I figure, what the hey, right? Let's pull this out, get it figured out, and get it working. Okay, so there's that. Now, next we need a straight. Was one of them up here? No, that was that. There's our straight. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up one side of this because we're getting close to biters up here, and we're going to make sure we have all our connections, because yeah, we're out of, that's what I was afraid would happen. We are out of substations. What does it take for substations? Red circuits mainly, and I don't know offhand how many we're building right now. We're gonna go snag whatever we can of them. And we're going to try and keep our supplies of other things. So we're going to get down here and see how many of these we're actually got building that go into a chest, and we're going to up the amount that goes into a chest so that while we're away it builds. Because we're going to start getting a stockpile of these. But, like I say, I just kind of wanted to get this started so we can kind of look at one full square. Because what I want to do is I want to see how we can integrate roboports into that and stuff like that. Because right now they're not part of it. And like I say, when I originally did this, I did it as individual pieces, not as a cohesive whole. So there are some spots where they don't fit together properly, kind of thing. Let's do that. We don't really need as many of those. We definitely need... Okay, there we are on tracks. Let's do this. Let's make this... Let's make that 1,000. And we'll just snag them. That ought to piss them off. Let's get rid of those. Get rid of those. Let it put it in a chest for now. Alright, there we go. Take away the trees. Odds are what we'll probably do is just set up like some stupid little smelting area somewhere that does nothing but burn up our trees. Grenades, there we go. Ooh, you know what? We're making cluster grenades now too, aren't we? Let's grab cluster grenades. Cluster grenades are great for clearing trees. And they should be... How many? Yep, okay, there's a stack there, and there's a stack there. There we go. So now we have our 100 and 100. Yeah, cluster grenades are awesome for clearing out trees. Okay, so the only thing we're clearing is wood and stone right now, and I don't care. You guys can come get it as you need to get it. And in the meantime, we're going to go down here and just dump it. Oh, looks close enough. You guys are almost done. There we go. That helps being closer. So yeah, cluster grenades, man, they're awesome for killing trees. They're also awesome for killing biters. So yeah, what we will do once we get this square done is we will create a train station that just loads up a train with all of this stuff, so that as we go out here and we experiment, we can just take a rail building train with us and let it do all of the hauling for us. I'm only going up to one side, because otherwise we'll use up all our lasers on the other side, and then we won't be able to go up and get these guys. So much easier doing it that way. Alright, so next we want a Crissy Crossy. Alright, you guys stop farting around with that stuff. That's not what we want you to build yet. We want you to build that right there. Ah! Damn it. Died, bad luck, respawn 6 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna go all the way back to the save. We'll just respawn. Yeah, I know, you're killing stuff. I can't help you right this second. We're coming. Well, first time I've died in the game. Well, this game. Not ever, but this particular... Where is our body? Does our body not... Did we... I thought... Son of a biscuit eater? Seriously? Do we lose our... Oh, hell no. Well, the problem is, that's a ways back. Mother puss bucket. Well, that pisses me off. I did not realize that respawn cost me everything. I thought... I'm confused. No body. Oh, there it is. Why is it not showing up on the map? That's weird. Okay. Whew. I was going to be upset for a minute there, guys. I can live with that. That I can live with. But I was thinking we had lost our damn body. That was going to upset me. There we go. Oh, one of you out there, huh? You die now. Wow, I wonder why the... I don't know. Wonder why my name didn't show up. Maybe I've got it set, maybe I got it turned off or something. I'll have to look into that, because that was weird. I'm glad I looked closer. I'd have been upset. I was upset. What am I going to say? Been upset. I was upset. Alright, so that was a crissy-crossy. So we got a straight, a crissy-crossy, a straight, Alright, so straight, a crissy-crossy, a straight, and then a set of gates. Alright, before we do the gates, we're going to go over here, and we're going to do... take care of this nest here. technology. All right, let's see. Stronger explosives, more flammable, bullets. Follower count. All right. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. Uranium ammo and artillery. Okay. How close is this guy? Can we get in the gates? But no, we're gonna have to go up and kill him first. Let's hear it for turret creep. All right. So. Set of gates. Now this, I know I'm going to need to clear that biter nest. Yeah, definitely. Alright. Easy peasy. As long as we got enough lasers. And we got enough substations to do it. Alright, there we go. Problem is the damn oh well, we'll do it this way. Good. Now. Alright, I think we got enough lasers left that we can do this side. Looks like we are out of lasers. Alright. Well, you guys keep the biters off of me. Good job, guys. We didn't die a second time. The all-important not dying part. Those trees once they get the lasers out of here. Alright. So that was the gates, right? Yep, we got the gates. Okay. Now we want an end cap. Now I put a four-way because we're gonna make blocks, but in the interim we don't want these big wide gaps, these guys coming through. So I have these end caps that I can throw down here. Now obviously we don't have enough lasers right now, so we're going to run out of lasers, we're going to run out of stuff, so it's not going to work. But we'll run down and get more. In the interim, I can at least let it fill in what it can fill in. And, you know, it's got a little bit of coverage. You know, it's not perfect, but... So there's one side, and then we're going to go across and down, and this will be one square. I'm not going to bore the hell out of you guys on setting the whole thing up. We'll go back. We'll go ahead and we'll do one full square. I'm going to do it off camera, and then we'll go from there. But you can kind of see what I'm shooting for here. And once we've got this filled in, we can then kind of play with what goes in the middle of it. We can figure out where we want to put roboports. Do we want to have it one huge system? And I don't think we do. I think we want to have each of these sections be its own roboport system as far as like repairs. We're going to have a train set up to just bring repair packs to each of these sections and just let it repair a section at a time. Now, this should all be tied into the system. How are we doing on production? Yeah, we're good on, because we got that big power plant, we're okay. So now that we've laid as much of that as we can, let's go ahead and lay as much of the rails as we can. And then we can come up here with a train next time. And then I lined each of these gate pathways with lasers in case biters come down through here. I didn't want biters getting into my railway system, is what it came down to. When I designed this thing, I did not want them getting into my rail system and futzing the works up. Now, I know there are a lot of people who are against rail traffic circles. I know there's a lot of arguments against them because things get hung up in them and what have you. And I understand that. I'm hoping to avoid some of that with proper signaling and the fact that I run a double rail system. These both go, I live in the US, so these both go that way, these both go this way. And the crissy-crossy in the center will allow me that the trains don't have to go all the way down to a circle in order to swap between the inside and the outside. That way, if there's a train hung up for whatever reason, and I've got part of my rail blocked, it can swap over to the other side. That way, pathing is a little better. And with two lines, I think I get better rail throughput. We will see on a big station, on a big scale. I don't know. I've never used this on like a megabase sized rail system, but you know, overall it seems to work. Boy, there's some that are, wonder why that is weird. We'll have to go back and line them up. I thought they were all lined up nice and pretty. Maybe I put one down and put it in the wrong place. That's probably what happened. So there it is, guys. That is our rail system. That's the majority of my blueprints. Now I've got the same thing for like curves, or not curves, but diagonals and such. I've got 45 degree rights, 45 degree lefts, and diagonals that are all set up so that I can just go through and line them all up. I've got deadheads that I try to if I'm going to deadhead a rail, I put a circle on it so it can get back. I've got corners if I want to deadhead a corner, and I got T's So I've got everything I could think of with regards to laying out a rail system in the book, with the exception of my depots. The depots are not in that book. The depots I've been kind of designing on the fly, depending on where they're located. This particular map has very little water in it. In the past, I've just done normal 100% for water, so I've had to avoid a lot of these ponds and things like that and move around a lot of them. So that's why it's set up the way it is. Anyway, guys, there it is. You know, like I say, off camera, I'm going to go ahead and finish building out that square, and we'll go from there. I'm probably not going to build out all of the solar panels and all of the accumulators as far as between now and next video. Those will fill in as they fill in. I'm not in a hurry for those. We want the walls, we want the lasers, we want the substations, and we can go from there, and the rails, and we can go from there. The solar panels, the accumulators, they will take time to fill in. We'll need more resources to do it anyway. All right, so I will talk at you later, guys. Have a good day. Bye.